And hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and we are back in a Sheridan Tier 10 American light tank, and we are back discussing early scout positions in this tank, because this tank is more of an active scout, so let's just call it early active scout positions, because we're not going to be passive scouting in this game at all. We're going to be moving on the move all the time because we have no camo in this tank. But yeah, this is from the same session as the games before, so we'll just continue with the series. I have a couple more maps to show you, so we're going to do that after this game. But this strategy that I'm going to show you today, that's something that I actually learned from Turkey Tank. And I know that he doesn't post videos anymore on YouTube. He went on to do other things. He's taught me how to play light tanks like no one else. I mean, the way he plays light tanks, or the way he used to play light tanks, is just incredible. So a lot of pointers I could pick up from him. And this is the scouting play that he usually used to do. He would come up very fast into position C6, C7, and he would do his rounds over here. He would basically climb up here, try to spot anything across, and then he would drop off and he would continue driving. So that's what I decided to do in this game. I know this is quite aggressive, and it is rewarding if the opposition team goes up the hill for the most part. But in this situation, it's not going to be the case, because it looks like opposition is pushing the south side of the map instead of pushing the hill. But we're going to try to do our rounds over here and see maybe there's some tanks getting onto the hill a little bit late. In the meantime, we're going to try to engage this light tank, which is 100 LT. Now, fighting 100 LT in this tank is not easy, to be honest, because 100 LT is so much of a smaller target, yet Sheridan is rather a big target. So I think this is the fight that the Sheridan will probably lose more often than not. But yeah, we're not going to let this guy off the hook, so we're going to try to come back here and we're going to try to put another shell into him. Like, he doesn't spot us here. He must not have a good crew, to be honest. But we'll put one more shell into him and we're going to continue running. We're spotted but not targeted. So far, no one is looking at us, which is great. But we're going to continue driving here until we lose our 6th sense. And then we're going to climb up that ridge again over here and see if we can spot anything. We spot this charioteer. I'm going to be able to put the shell into him. Yes, we do. But now we're spotted, so we're going to have to run. As you notice, the traverse speed on this tank is not the greatest. So that's one thing to be mindful of. Because once you go backwards, you might get in trouble because you won't get away. So now there's a problem, because on south the red tanks are already there and they will be putting shells into me. So I had a choice to make. Do I push the hill area or the east side of the map or a zero line, or do I stay here and engage in fight? So I decided to stay in the middle here for the moment, because I really don't want the opposition's light tanks to control the middle portion of the map. If I'm here, they will not come here. I'll be out spotting them every time. So we're going to try to stay here and snipe a little bit until we're unspotted. Although I am making one mistake. What I should be doing is I should be adjusting the other way around, so I can run off from this position quick. And I haven't done that. So you'll see how it's going to bite me. We see this butt shot. We put a shell into him. And right here, see? I'm backing out really, really slow. We're going to try to put one more shell into this butt shot. Yes, we do. But we're going to get hurt way too much in this position, because everyone's focusing us right now. So we're going to try to wiggle. Can we get out of this? Yes, we can. And now we go unspotted. This is where we should have been earlier. That's probably what I should have went earlier, right here. And now we can focus on these guys encroaching into our area of the map. And we can just chew them down. Just like that. ISM down. Fatherland is next. And can we take him out? Let's see. Ooh, he gets taken out before we can actually hit him. But we still have this 53 TP, so we should be able to put a shell into him. And eventually we will. But that's why the south doesn't work, guys. Because you have to cut through the open field in order to get to these positions. I mean, that medium tank on my left, the enemy medium tank, he did the right thing. Because once you get under the ridge, no one will be able to hit you. Now we're going to try to hit this E3, but we need to get away. We need to get away right now, because we can still throw this game if we die over here. So right behind this building, this is a good, very good position. Already safe position. And now we're going to chill for just split moments. So a little bit of action there. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, pretty much, to be honest. But, you know, I was dealing damage at the same time. And that's important. Dealing damage as much as you can, even in a light tank. And Sheridan can deal damage, guys. And you'll see. Every game I've gotten in this tank so far, I've been easily pushing 5k combined average. This tank is so good. So, okay, we have a shot at this E3. Can we put a shot? I was actually trying to track him there, but I don't want to get spotted. So I dip down over here because I'm a one-shot to pretty much anything right now. Like anything. And there's a medium tank on this side, so I just wanted to come up here and spot him to see if he's here. But I really don't want to fight him. I don't want to die. I'm worried that if I die, my team is going to throw because I'm the only spotter on our team right now. I'm the only light tank remaining, so I want to be able to stay alive, right? So that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to switch to this side because most of our friendlies are here, and now I don't want to risk losing any more HP. So we're going to try to scout the field and help our team kill the rest of the opposition. Hoping this dragon is going to get taken out. When he does, so now we're going to continue going in the middle. And this area here is great too because you can use those little ridges here to just poke and then hide back into the lake area, frozen lake. So we're just going to go a little bit further because we want to spot these guys. We spot the convoy. So now we're going to turn. We don't want to get spotted. We're going to get out from his view range and then we're going to put a shell into him on the move. Another tank we're missing here is still the Russian medium tank. I don't remember what it was. It was, oh, Object 140. Can we put a shell into him? Yes, we can, but we get spotted. So now we're going to have to get the hell out of dodge and, yeah, dip down into the lake, frozen lake area. And yeah, we're going to play this little pest. And that's how you play active scouting in light tanks, guys. Like, you always have to find those ridge lines, those dips in terrain in order to, you know, dip down, hide, run away from the opposition. Always wiggle your tank left, right. Yeah, change directions. And yeah, I mean, honestly, light tanks are probably the easiest type of a tank to play in the game if you know how to play it, because you can get your early spots, you can get your early damage, you can always fall back and run away because you have the wheels, you're fast enough to run away, and then you can always get yourself in a position where you can help friendlies at the end of the game. So yeah, light tanks are absolutely spectacular tanks to play. You just have to be mindful that they have 0 armor. So you have to play it as you can't get hit. You have the vision to compensate for that. I mean, small maps are much harder to play light tanks, I would say. But you can still get away with having good games. You always find positions where you can scout a little and maybe go with your team and help push the flank or something like that. Anyway, we're closing stages of the game. As you notice, I didn't want to get into the fight because I wanted to make sure that this convoy wasn't looking at me. So now that I know that he's not looking at me, I'm going to be able to put a few shells into him and take him out of the game. And the only tank left on the opposing team is the Arty, and I don't think we're going to get to it. So yeah, the game was quite difficult, to be honest. From difficulty level, I've got to say that this game was one of the hardest that I played during this run. I got myself in a position where I was fired upon by pretty much anything, which was hard early, but later on we made good plays and good decisions. So at the end, we got rewarded for it. Quite nice game. Finished with 5.1k damage and 1600 assisted, which is quite nice. It's only a class 2 game because I noticed it is really hard to get an ace tanker in a Sheridan. I think I had like 6.5k game and I was only M1. So yeah, people play this tank really well. Anyway, we finished second on the team because obviously premium tanks get more XP than any other tanks, and especially if you're 2 tiers lower, you're gonna finish on top. But we still had fantastic game. We fired 19 shells, we had 14 penetrations, 10 critical hits, not bad at all. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.